Hi, it's Jay, and it's day 19 of my Right Now in 100 Days challenge. Today I got quite a bit more done than I did on day 17 and day 18. Um, the idea I had in my head today was to sit down on the computer and basically just record in some more ideas, just create some loops and edit some stuff and see where if I could start arranging some parts and come up with some some basic songs basically. But unfortunately, well, not fortunately, fortunately, what happened was I sat down and picked up my guitar, and then I basically just lost two and a half hours sitting here playing. I had a couple of melody ideas in my head, and then before I knew it, I was just sitting there jamming with B Dorian scale, just coming up with ideas. Playing around and just coming up with different approaches and just trying different different note choices and without any accompaniment as well, just to see just to see what pitches basically sound nice together. I mean, it's something I've done quite a lot of in the past, but and improvising and things, but sometimes it is just nice just to sit down and just not have any accompaniment and basically just play scale tones or just random tones as well. I mean, sometimes I'll have a melody in my head and I'll try to get it out. Other times I'll just sit down, play one note on the guitar and just see where I want to go from there, see what mood I'm in, and just let it flow naturally, as opposed to thinking, okay, well, now I am not only allowed to play the scale notes in Lydian, or I'm only allowed to use a certain arpeggio. I just want to hear the relationship between notes, intervals, and move from there. But it just so happened today that most of what I played, I was just in the mood to play B Dorian, so I played B Dorian. I come up with a few more ideas for some parts for songs. Like messing around with some sus chords, and also mess around with a lot of stretchy voicings today. I came up with a couple of new ones I haven't really used before, which I kind of like the sound of. Like this one here, I'll just show you. This one here. And this was another one as well, which I thought they went well together. Yeah, so my plan for tomorrow is to actually sit down and record some more ideas, and as well as doing what I did do, I did play through a couple of some of the ideas I've had in the last few days as well, just to see where I could develop them and where they could go. The thing with just to see where they could go. Anyway, I'll put a clip at the end of this of me jamming some, or at the beginning of this jamming some ideas, ideas for all the ideas that I came up with today. But my plan for tomorrow is to basically sit down and just start to construct songs now, because time is getting away from me, and I know myself when I've recorded CDs before, normally it's been with a band where you've been rehearsing for months and the songs have been written, you've been out gigging them and everything, and so you have all the practice behind you in pre-production. It's just about basically going in and recording everything and just thinking about the arrangements. But this time around, because I haven't been doing that, everything's kind of new and fresh, I'm going to have to sit down and practice quite a bit before I record. So my plan is to have everything, as much as possible, written by day 35, day 40, and then I'm going to spend at least two weeks just constantly practicing through all the songs and all the parts I have difficulties with, if there are parts that I have difficulties with, and then I'll start recording in proper demos, and then if I can get some other people on board, we'll start recording other instruments then, if I can. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I have a friend or two that play drums and bass, and I might be able to get some guest spots on this thing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Goodbye. Thank you.